Good Wednesday morning, my friends. Welcome to WEHT Local Lifestyles. I'm Angie Humphrey.
I'm Ron Rocha,
yes,
and I'm particularly happy today. And it's not just the weather. The weather is a big part of it.
Okay, but why else
The second
are you
part
happy?
of it is I'm happy because, look at this. The other day we were talking about candy bars, and I mentioned that my favorite candy bar was always the Clark bar, but I can't find Clark bars anymore. I said, but I just make do if I really want one with the Butterfinger because they're pretty close.
I like a Butterfinger.
Do you like Clark bars?
You know, it's been so long since I had one, I couldn't tell you.
It tastes a lot like a Butterfinger. Anyway, Joanne Mullins, she's the one that sent me these 4 Clark bars, and these are good size, too.
Yeah, those are the grown-up size. The little bite-size thing. It's a big boy size, yeah.
No, so I'm happy. Thank you, Joanne, for sending these in. So I really love that. So I get some Clark bars.
Yay!
And I might share with you, Angie, if you'd like one. I think I will.
Okay.
I think I'll give you one.
Thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that.
Maybe I'll convert you to Clark bar lover.
Okay, all right. It's been a long time. I mean, like 1960-something. But anyway, coming up today on Lifestyles, our workout expert, Jim Collins, joins us to get motivated, get started, and be consistent with our workouts in our Workout Wednesday segment. Evansville's Optimal Escape thrills and entertains people of all ages, and we're going to take a look. The Jazz and Wine Festival to support the Evansville Philharmonic is coming up today, and oh baby, we've got some great food from our friends from Turntable LLC.
Yeah, they just
walked in the door. You can redo your bath in a snap with Bath Fitter. They're going to show you how some marvelous transformations today. It's time for the Blues Fest at Burdett Park, and this year's musical lineup will be right here on today's show and more, and we'll get you hooked on science.
Oh my goodness.
I know,
so
it's
much
kind of exhausting. Is there so much happening?
It really is. Now, DeAndre brought in a big old bag of something, too. So.
I think they're going to surprise us with a little surprise sandwich or some kind.
Ooh, I can't wait. Well, let's take a look at this while we're waiting on that surprise. Heads construction tower cam shot. No surprises much with the weather anyway. It is dry, but we've got a lot of clouds out there, but they're mainly mid and high level clouds. So, I mean, we're still getting some sunshine too, and that just got to stay dry. I think it stays dry until the rest of the week, or for the rest of the week. So it's looking good for the Owensboro Air Show, the Alzheimer's Walk, everything that's going on this weekend. And you see some birds flying by our camera there out in the back. Look, I mean, I think we scared some birds. What is it? They're all flying.
Was that a buzzard? What was that?
Well, probably those turkey vultures. Yeah, we've got a bunch of them out there. They're just flying all over the place.
That is pretty funny.
72 degrees right now, another delightful temperature. We're going to warm up to around 80. I think most of us just a little shy of that. Wow, look at all the bird traffic we've got out there in the back.
Is that why we have all those feathers all over the ground out there?
Yeah, and that's why sometimes our Heads construction tower cam is because those are big birds.
They are big birds.
And if they're coming in for a landing, if they hit, not the pole of the tower, they hit our camera, it goes sideways.
That explains everything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you want to get the dish today.
Oh,
it's Wednesday. Let's roll the dish. Volkswagen has announced plans to use 3D printers to mass-produce certain auto parts.
Really?
The world's largest car maker will utilize HP metal printing technology for components like gears, knobs, and custom tailgate lettering. The company aims to use 3D printing for mass production of structural parts within the next 2 or 3 years. A Volkswagen official says 3D printing won't likely produce an entire vehicle anytime soon, but the number of parts made with this technology will increase over time. The official says 3D printing gives the company the advantage of making parts without having to build manufacturing tools. This just blows my mind.
Well, it does, but
Have you seen 3D printing buildings?
It is absolutely amazing. What I see from that, though, first of all, I'm thinking, is that going to be the integrity of the car parts? Is that going to make a difference? I'm thinking maybe it could. And also the integrity of suppliers, and those are jobs.
Yes, they are, and lots of them.
Won't be around anymore. They'll just say, no thanks, we've got a 3D printer, we can take care of it ourselves.
But somebody's got to run that 3D printer, so be the technology person.
So Norm, the dude that's running the 3D printer, he keeps
Get on to 3D printing, go take a class now, Norm, because you're going to need it. And it's right, I mean, it's a give and take. You have to have the experts who know that technology, understand it, and can repair it, and fix the bugs and create more, and so it
is fascinating, though, absolutely fascinating. I see other things along
I'm watching it and I don't get it.
Oh.
How can you extrude this thing from the 3D printer? But that's what they do. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is pretty amazing. Let's just hope they make it, like they said, metal, not to Not all
Yes.
plastic. That's good.
Yes. Well, Volkswagen apparently knows what they're doing. We shall see,
we'll
as
see.
they say.
Yeah.
Well, if you've been itching for info on the next generation of iPhone, George Relier, today is your day. Apple's annual September press conference is set to kick off soon at the Apple Park campus, Cupertino, California. CEO Tim Cook and other executives are expected to unveil 3 new iPhones, plus updates for the Apple Watch and the AirPods. There may be updates on upcoming software releases as well. I just bought a new iPhone. I knew it.
Well, yeah, they want you to buy more, another $1,000 bucks.
I bought the new one.
Hey, I still have an iPhone 5. It's still working. That's the way I look at it. I will say this, though, and in all seriousness, Apple has not wowed me since the original iPhone. That was a wow kind of a thing.
There was nothing like it. Right.
Nothing like it at all. Now it's just like slight upgrades, but pay $1,000 for a new one. Slight upgrade, pay another $1,000.
I didn't even.
They haven't wowed me
what's an
since
AirPod?
I don't know, but it's probably not worth $1,000 bucks.
It's
George
like
Relier will know.
It's like earbuds, yes, and that Ashley knew too. I didn't know what an AirPod was, but now I know.
It's called an AirPod? Mm-hmm. I call them earbuds, but yeah.
Well, that too.
Okay, that works.
Well, if you're a parent of a toddler, it might be a good time to start engaging them in conversation. According to a new study, it will help their language skills and boost their IQ. Researchers tested 2 groups of kids aged 18 months to 2 years old, and one group heard words from adults while the other group actually had conversations. Those same children were brought back for testing when they were 9 to 14 years old. Scientists found the toddlers who were engaged in back-and-forth conversation had higher IQs and vocabulary scores. The study is published in the Journal of Pediatrics. That's no surprise to me.
No, not a bit.
No surprise there.
No, I mean, that's what I try to do with my son. I know that. So, yeah, engagement conversation, just try to keep them interested in things, I think is what it boils down to.
Well, and having that eye contact, face-to-face,
Right.
What do you think about this? And Ashley and I were talking about that, just engaging your child in every single thing that you're doing is going to help them. And you, too, help the bond with the families,
And
too.
she's got 2. So
Two at the same time.
So we're going to find out how well they do.
Well, listen, she talks to him all the time.
I know she does. I know she does.
We'll see in 14 years.
A lot of times they talk back. So
And they do. We're going to bring them back when they're 14 and see how they're doing. We'll check those out, Ashley. Well, when we come back, our friends from Bath Fitter, they're here. There's Karen, there's Eric, and we're going to see some redos you're going to love.